Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hybrid Major Glitches 2023 tournament. I am Homemade Beer, and today we're having a doubleheader race with someone325 versus Amarith. Today I am going to be commentating on the race, and I have with me tracking my good buddy Drunk Future Self. So I'm sure we're all going to have a good time. Everybody grab your favorite beverage of choice. Doesn't have to be alcoholic, but come back, sit down, and enjoy the race. We're going to be off to a start here in a little bit. Just gotta go in the race room, and the runners we have a very slight delay. And here we are. We are off. Starting at Link's house. Get a piece of fun. So one thing to point out for people who haven't watched a lot of this runs, we do start with Boots. Boots allows us to do teleports, which we'll see Amelia throughout the race. And we are getting this from someone with me. As Amarith going for the yeah, but never mind. They're both they're both going to put out to get on the hobo item. They're doing it. Yes, mic problem. That's usually a Discord issue when the stream first starts. So let me know what's happening. I think it should have worked itself out by now because Discord would be doing Discord thing. So, all right, we got our $20, and Amarith is going to continue on. We get on here. Probably. Sanctuary. Okay. I was thinking the racers. So, like, yeah, crystals at Eastern and Era. And, oh, we're doing a swim clip here. Okay. Is this Ice Rod Cave? I believe this is Ice Rod Cave. Bombless Ice Rod Cave for the swim clip. And we get a Boomerang. Boomerang's actually really nice early. Go, crabs! Okay, we're good. This is cool. Actually, I don't think I've seen this one. And then we're getting, looks like a DMA from someone. So going up to Death Mountain, getting the old man save and quit as early as we can. And we get bombs in Ice Rock Cave. That's actually pretty funny. So I will say I am not a master of glitches. I've learned a fair amount, enough to kind of beat some seeds and play in this tournament. But if I am misnaming anything, calling it wrong, please feel free to correct me in chat. DMA stands for Death Mountain Ascent here. This Boomerang does help make rescuing the old man a little bit easier, but it is one of those dark caves. If you're used to playing this game, you've kind of gotten on lock at this point. So, and these dead rocks. Ooh, okay, that's actually really useful. So HMG doesn't necessarily change the fire logic, but the we're gonna maybe get through. But so that mirror still is lamp locked, but the mirror does help like open up a ton of stuff. And that was a really nice graveyard ledge setup there. So get some bombs and hearts. Will be plenty of stuff that they want to do. They want to go to Kakariko. I feel like I want to be clicking on a tracker to mark out stuff that they've done, like a map tracker, but obviously I can't do that. Well, I could, but I'm watching the race and DFS is tracking, so. And we got an armor. I think we're grabbing that, yeah. It's not a bad thing to get on 3 hearts, but HMG seeds tend to be kind of interesting because GT can be open with I believe just the Moon Pearl to put it in logic. And so if you get like Hammer or Samaria or Fire Rod or Hookshot or whatever, you're starting to all of a sudden put a bunch of stuff in logic in GT, but usually there's maybe like 1 or 2 items in there. But there tends to be like a lot of quality of life stuff in GT, I've noticed in this mode. So even if you only can do like half of it, going there like somewhat early isn't a terrible thing because you end up getting like hearts, armor, you might get a bow that you're not supposed to have, and like swords and stuff like that. So one of the main things to call out for people who are familiar with Rando but less familiar with Glitch Rando is that the sphere ones in these modes tend to be ginormous because we can access so much more. So the mid game ends up being really interesting to route, because your goal essentially is to end up being really efficient or meme super hard, one of the two. And we do get a hammer in blind sight here on Amarith's side. Someone is now in Kakariko. We'll be getting that here in a moment. Okay, so someone has the mirror. Could have done this with mirror deletes. Would have been a little bit faster, but it's fine. You could save almost half a second if you do. Otherwise, we're getting some early money, which again is also good because Zora's a sphere 1 check. And a sword. Okay, so let's talk about swords real quick. Swords are super useful in this mode because when you do spin speeds or hook speeds, well, first of all, you need a sword or a hook shot to do that. And it allows you to clip out of the corners of a lot of diagonal edges. And there's a decent amount of places that you want to do that. So having that sword makes a lot of clips much easier to do. And we're rescuing the chicken. Nice. Alright, 10 arrows in the brewery. So far, Kakariko's been okay. We're both there, like, I don't know. I don't want to say super early, but I think a lot of glitch runners wouldn't be here without a bottle, at least. Because you don't need a flute ever to beat any glitch modes, but you know, it's somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. So if you find it relatively early, it's always nice to get, because it makes routing easy. So you're not really kind of waiting on a flute to get to Kakariko typically in glitch modes, like you might be in an open or a casual boot seat. Maybe not casual boots, but you know what I mean. But a bottle definitely is something you could consider not rushing, or not doing Kakariko until you have one. Alright, let's see. If there's something on race game here, we will be able to get it without doing the actual race. Just have to set up teleport here and go 1 pixel higher than you normally do. I normally do. I have kind of a weird setup with teleports because I ended up teaching most of this stuff to myself and learned later from good runners how I was supposed to be doing things. Turns out I was off by 1 on pretty much everything, so it's fine. Yeah, so you set up teleport, you dash turn to the right, you buffer a down diagonal left, which Amarith is doing with a sword spin, and it lets you get the item. Easy peasy. And then you wiggle out. Unless you forget, then you just get stuck and have to save and quit. There we go. Someone setting up the same thing. There we go. And then setting up a way to get into desert here. Alright, so money's not terrible to get early. Someone kind of just getting it. There we go. Nice. I don't even know the wiggle out here. Yeah, see, that's what happens to me. I get stuck. Gotta go back and watch how Amarith got out of that. But it's fine. There's only 300 bucks in desert, right? Never punished. And by never, I mean not in this one instance, literally. Only this only time. So we're going to pod? No. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that setup for that. So we're doing Graveyard Ledge here. He was 1 pixel too low, I believe, there. And was not able to get to land on top of that bush. You need to be on top of that bush in order to pick up the rock. So going right back for it, though. This is a cool setup. I've actually never seen this setup. I need to watch more. I don't watch very much glitches because I don't know why. I just don't. Oh, that's both items in desert. Just grab the big key now? I don't even think I'd grab the big key. Oh, he jumped way too high there. But now he's going to Hera, so it worked out. Considering desert is a pendant, we have both items. Alrighty, cool. So Hera. Let's talk about Hera in HMG. Hera's a special case where, as you can see, we have both items in the front. The big key in Hera is not guaranteed to be in the first 2 chests, or the cutscene chest if the small key is there. And the reason for that is there are an assortment of underworld clips allowed that let you go from dungeon to dungeon to dungeon, which in essence creates a mega dungeon, if you will. Oop, that's a bad place for that dead rock. You can get there from the other side, though. And the 3 dungeons that are all not always 100%, but pretty much always 100% of the time related are Misery Mire, Hera, and Swamp Palace. So what you saw there, the way you're supposed to have access to that is you go into Hera, into the top of Hera with the big key from Meyer, and use it to open the big key door in Hera. What are we doing here? A key escape, okay. Alright, so someone going to East Death Mountain here. I think, yeah, he grabbed 300 off the ledge. Did he check? I must have missed it if he checked inside of Spec Rock, but I'm sure he did, because that would be weird not to. Keenan's Cave has piece of art. That was a weird jump. He didn't jump all the way down onto the bridge. Whenever I say something's weird, by the way, usually I just mean it's never happened to me, so I don't understand how it works. Okay. So now we're on East Death Mountain here. We actually kind of have an interesting item set. We don't have any bottles which would allow us to do stuff in the Dark World, but if we find a lamp, then that mirrors in logic, and that means there's a lot of really nasty locations that the Moon Pearl can be. For example, Skull Woods, the couple chests in Village of Outcast, which one? The chess game, and C-shaped house, I believe, both allow the Moon Pearl to be there. I think Laser Bridge? No, not Laser Bridge. The middle checks in TR, Moon Pearl can be there now. Super Bunny Cave, but it all depends. If we think about this, the hammer, I think, also allows Super Bunny Cave to have the Moon Pearl at this point. Pretty sure that's the case, actually. So the mirror opens up dumber checks, like Pyramid Fairy, I think is another one. But the hammer also allows East Death Mountain to have it. Alright, Paradox Cave. What do we have? Bombs and 20 bucks. Not much. And some tricky Moldorms to fight. Half magic? Okay, it's nice. Safety. Uses a heart. Mostly garbage, nothing to write home about. And mini Moldorm Cave as well. All the high density checks early, having absolute trash. So, where do we go next? It looks like Amarith is setting up, having already done Ice Rod Cave, which is actually pretty cool. The way they routed this can, and Togo actually, can do a double water walk here to get the Zora ledge item if necessary, which it looks like, oh no, it doesn't have, yeah, Amarith doesn't have the Moon Pearl, so never mind. This is actually not really a good setup. I don't think, she realized it? Yeah, she's, okay, she realized it, so she's jumping down, okay. So what was trying to happen there, if Amarith had the Moon Pearl, then they could set up a double water walk just in case, because the item on Zora Ledge is actually unlocked again. Now we're both in the Zora area with someone coming from the top of Death Mountain, which is pretty cool. And nothing, okay, cool, so nothing in Waterfall Ferry, again, more Sphere 1 checks, and will allow someone to not be punished by coming from the top here in order to check this, so both of them check the Zora at the same time. And we're rewarded with the Red Cane. Okay, that's kind of awkward, because now Moon Pearl could be in even more dumb places. Although that's not true until we find the lamp, so let's pretend like the lamp doesn't exist until it does. Now we've got left between the runners we haven't seen. Front of Escape. Gosh, what else? Front of Escape, Saha, Eastern, and actually the front of Pod is in logic in this mode with a clip that you can do that takes you from a cave into the dungeon and allows you to access it. So let's see. What we really want to see, like what you kind of like, super annoying in these modes, is finding a Dark World Moon Pearl. So if you have to go look for one, finding a bottle first helps immensely. Ooh, not checking Eastern here. Actually, interesting call. Well, no wait, Amarith's never been to the mountain. Okay, if someone went that way, then it would be an interesting call. Not checking Eastern, but in this case, now we're going to get a DMA to get up the mountain and save the old man. We'll get the mirror. Tracker will light up with a bunch of places that you don't want to go, and hope you find a bottle here in the next few checks. Okay, so both of them doing the DMA from this setup. I actually don't know the setup. It's fine. It's fine. Yes. Yes. Okay, someone going into desert. Oh wait, desert's a crystal. I think maybe that means all three were crystals? I'm not sure. I missed the map checks earlier. The reason I say desert's a crystal in the top left corner, as you can see, there's a little crystal. So there's a C next to the magic bar, which represents crystal in this case. Okay, so gonna get the money. Is actually nice too. So there's another thing here. If you do find a bottle, blue potions are actually super useful in this mode because you can do an overworld YBA, which is glitch jargon for using a bottle as you transition, and it allows you to flute anywhere in the world and maintain Super Bunny state when you do so. Where from there you can do a tree pull and get Link state and do checks as Link that you shouldn't normally be able to do. Okay, so someone's getting the key in desert here. Not sure. No, this isn't the key. Wait, what is this? This is going to be the map or compass. Maybe miscounted items. I'm not sure. It's the compass. Okay. Maybe 2 used to key sanity modes. You know, who knows? Whatever reason that might be. Amarith cleaning up more Sphere 1 here, doing King's Tomb. King's Tomb, we actually never saw King's Tomb because, okay, the setup looks good. Because someone was a pixel too low in their setup, so. Oh, I missed it. What was that? It was $5. Okay, cool. So, moving on. Front of Escape, which is actually kind of funny at this point to see, or Eastern or Pod are, I think, our only answers left from the viewer perspective. These runners have done checks the other hasn't yet, so we'll eventually get around to doing those and be in about the same place. Both being really good at executing, being really efficient in routing and just cleaning up as much as they can, as fast as they can, so. The powder, so that is in logic because we have the hammer. It used to be in logic with an overworld fake flipper. Oh, in a bottle, that's actually super useful too. Imagine Uncle routing, right? So that's actually in logic with the hammer. It used to be in logic without it, but that was changed recently, which is probably a good thing because that flip can be really dumb sometimes. Yes, today, just to reiterate real quick for people joining us, this is a glitch mode. We are going to see a decent amount of glitches. Somewhere in between none and all of the glitches is the rule set that we're playing with today. I believe it's known as the Restricted Major Glitches rule set, which comes from the All Dungeons Restricted Major Glitches speedrun category in the vanilla game. So a kind of randomizer rule set was based on that, where the logic allows items to be placed in such a way where these glitches may or may not be required. It is not anymore the RMP rule set. Okay, gotcha. I will keep that in mind, thank you. We'll have that for future when I'm talking about this game. Okay, so front of escape, not in logic without the lamp or a glove, but we're doing it anyway. Because why not? You're here, you might as well. Don't remember if we saw a lumberjack item. I don't think we did. But AGA requirements in these seeds are like kind of insanely unlikely. Mainly because you're never killing AGA to access the Dark World. Ooh, that was a nice slash there. To get the card away, so we can save them for a Death Warp if we so choose to do. And the map, that we have the mirror. Of course, we don't need to do a Death Warp here, but we could if we wanted to. Just saying. Okay, yeah, so our tracker, Drunk Future Self, confirms we have not seen Lumberjack Ledge, so that's fine. It's just one item, you know? We could have possibly ever had value, right? So this would be a little interesting here, depending on what's in Dark Frost, because this could give us some potential logical information. If this is a small key, then we know that the nothing in the front of Escape is lamp blocked. But we also know if we find a lamp, then everything in the back of Escape is logically available. So it might give us a sense of where to go next for our progression. Either way, we can glitch. We can just do a swim clip to... I don't think it's actually called a swim clip. I know it as a tam swim. I don't know if that's official either. But anyway, we could swim. We could flip out of bounds and swim to go check the back of escape. Interesting. Oh, so this is an actual setup that someone is using to do this Hera. Oh, that's the wrong setup again. I think he's a pixel too low every time. There you go. Yep. That emote defines what I'm trying to explain. Swim clip is fine. Okay, great. I will keep calling it that. Thank you. Alright, so Amarith might be checking Super Bunny. Yeah, there's nothing else up here, so definitely going to be checking Super Bunny. Because it's the only thing left. And that is in logic, actually. Someone did forego doing this in order to do Zora, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with because of Waterfall Cave also being launched. Alright, here we got some information. Turtle Rock's a Quake, and then we got Pendant, Mire, Skull, and Pod, and then a 5/6 at Turtle Rock. Mire, Skull, Pod. Pod is the green pendant. Mire and Skull are the other pendants. Turtle Rock's the red. There we go. There we go. We are getting to see Super Bunny Cave. So if anyone ever wondered why it's called Super Bunny Cave, this is a thing you can do to access these checks without a Moon Pearl. This is insanely rare in non-glitch modes to ever see people do this, but sometimes they do. It's kind of more of a meme than anything, but there we go. Someone got the setup correct this time, and now we'll get his $5 out of King Tomb. So question about Super Bunnying in Logic. There are other things in Logic with Super Bunny with the mirror, because there is a way to Super Bunny to get off of Dark Death Mountain into the overworld. There's multiple ways, in fact, but right now our mirror is lamp locked, so until we find a lamp, I wouldn't be rushing that, looking for Moon Pearl. But yes, if you have a mirror, that gives you access to Pyramid Ferry, Pyramid Ledge, Front of Skull Woods. I think it actually gives you access to Back of Skull Woods now too. That's like a new thing they added, if you have the Fire Rod. And also Chess Game and Seed-Shaped House. Yes, and some questions about logic that I'm not 100% sure, so I will let the experts in chat answer. Cool. Setting up a bomb there, I like it. It's a cool, I don't want to say YOLO, but like a cool potential time save strat that ended up not working out this time. Amarith is doing Back of Escape, I think? It's gotta be what this is. So this is another swim clip. You need to set up... Is this? I'm not sure what Amarith is setting actually. Oh, it says Houlihan setup. Or... Oh, probably... Okay, so this is going to be a fake flute, it looks like. I think... I don't really see why you would be getting money here unless you were planning to buy a blue potion. Right now, Amarith is going to the front of escape. We'll find there nothing plus red mail. Oh, they set up a portal for Pyramid Ferry. I actually missed this earlier. Okay, so they set up this portal for Pyramid Ferry. Allows them to do these two checks in Logic. We got $5 and $50. Cool. So now we can also check Pyramid Ledge, but that's about it. So we'll be able to also combo this with the front of escape. So this is actually a really nice setup here. This, sorry, I keep saying in Logic. This is not in Logic without the lamp, so it's actually kind of important because of where we found the mirror on the seed. Gotta get your spin speeds. Make sure you're on a good spin speed day when you're racing against man. All right, we're getting Kiki. Good stuff. So now this is the stuff we all came here to see. Everyone who plays glitch modes. Oh, go down to the right. Go to the right. Okay, good. Everyone who plays glitch modes knows this is this is the it's happening meme right now. Everyone's excited because we're getting to see. Let's break into pod. How do you do that? One might ask. Well, you teleport through the wall. Oh, that was an actual teleport. You clip through the wall rather, not teleport. Oh no, he does do a teleport setup. I actually don't know that setup, so that's pretty cool. So the first one he did, he was 1 pixel not deep enough into the wall. Oh shoot, that is not how you're supposed to do that. So okay, what just happened? Someone clipped into pod. Someone opened the first chest in pod. Well, because they clipped in, they were still in cave state, which means any chest they open, if they are a small key, will give you 0 keys to the dungeon and won't let you open doors. When you clip into a dungeon in cave state, you have -1 keys because it's an unsigned integer that represents the key value. You actually have 255 keys. So if you have that many keys, then you can just go and open any doors willy-nilly in the dungeon. Unless you open a key in the dungeon. When you do that, it resets your key count to 0 instead of -1. So you might not end up with enough keys to even be able to beat the dungeon. So what you want to do is you want to go up here, open the door, bust it open, and then leave, and then reset the dungeon state. So now you can see that weird symbol that shows up in the key counter. That means someone now has 244 keys to pod. And leaves, comes back. And here we go. Setup knows it's a pendant, but not which one at this point. And yes, with that key now, if there's a bow on the right side, sorry, a bow. If there's 2 keys on the right side, and for some reason someone needs to beat the dungeon, then they can actually do so pretty easily by never going to the right side. It's great. It's a nice time save, especially if you don't hover. Alright, so that's 3 keys in the front so far. It's good knowledge, because that is starting to imply very heavily that the right side will have either an item or a big key. But not checking the big key chest here, which is a very interesting call, unless they're playing to hover. Nope. Interesting. I don't really understand this play, to be quite honest. They didn't find the big key, I think. So if the big key's in the front, then they're just abandoning 1 chest in the big chest here. Maybe they're just like making a play at the early logical stuff, which the answer is nothing. But then again, no, the big key chest wouldn't be in logic unless they had a bow, so it's tough to say. There's another key, that was a compass. There's another key. Okay, so we know that the big key chest either has a... Well, actually, we don't know anything about it yet because we don't know what's on the right side. But we do know that Harmless Hellway has a small key. And we found 3 keys in the front, so all this stuff is logically available without a bow. Hey, a glove. Okay, so that glove is in logic with a lamp. Cool. So I feel like if someone's paying attention here a little bit, would be like, huh, I'm supposed to find a lamp probably. Like, way sooner than later, given where the mirror and the glove were. So, oh, we don't have the big key. Yikes. It's a good question. So the shenanigans with cave state and opening stuff, is that part... Oh, there's the big key. Is that part of this mode? Yes, in that you're allowed to do it. No, in that the logic will never require you to do it. Which means that you pretty much never do it, is what that boils down to. Typically, you would only do stuff like that if you can find a way to have it save you time. Yeah, that too. Okay. There's one more item in the front. Okay, I was gonna say, there's at least one more item in the front. So we found a glove. Oh no, maybe not. Glove, big key. Oh no, there is. There's at least one more item up here. Okay. So the question would be, does someone do a mimic clip here? I think Amarith never got a potion if I remember. I was kind of watching Both sides. Oh, it's just the map. All right, so there's either an item or a compass on the right side, and then Helmet has the other, whichever one it isn't. Okay, so we got a glove. Out of logic, out of lamp. Gonna do the back of escape here. I believe the only thing we have left is Eastern. Eastern might just be a lamp, though. It might be something boring like that. And this is not logic. Okay, cool. Nothing back here. That's fine. Still a reasonable check, though. Back of escape's quick 3 checks. In this case, knowing that there's a small key, it's a quick 2 checks. And we're getting a Mimic Clip here. Bufferless Mimic Clip from Amarith's side. Looking good so far. Getting a couple pixels in. There we go. Oh, got bumped out. Alright, we'll have to reset that and try again. Where are we going? Oh, Magic Bat and Sick Hit have stuff. I don't know if it's the stuff we want or need, but they have stuff. Alright, any guesses in chat? Which one's the lamp? And then we have to go searching for our Moon Pearl in the Dark World somewhere. At least we have a bottle. Having to do this without a bottle is actually, like, miserable. There are ways to do it that aren't the worst thing ever, but really it's not great. Quake, not what I expected. We did not get the Mimic Clip to work today, but that's okay. If there's something there, that sucks for both of them, so... Oh well. So be it. Oh, bow! Oh god, that's not good. Cool. Any back to Potters in chat? This is... Okay, so this is part of the reason. There's so much stuff you can do early on. This is part of the reason why you don't want to... Most glitch runners won't go to Kakariko without a bottle, typically. But with a bow, we can get a crystal, so we are going to Eastern to go beat it. If the Moon Pearl's here, great. That does that give us? That does allow us to beat stuff in logic. Okay. Alright, there's the glove for Amar. Okay, and then we're going to see Steve Amarith finishing up pod stuff. Well, actually, the order that she's doing these checks will work out in her favor without realizing it now, that the big key will be in the last chest that Amarith opens before opening the big chest, so it'll work out. Okay, so... I wonder if she'll go back for that last item. Another shield. Okay, dude. Thanks, game. We'll say real quickly, while we are watching a little bit of progression and a little bit of stuff we've already seen, I will give a quick shout out to the runners. Hey, there's our Moon Pearl. Great. Everything's in logic. By everything, I mean the Dark World. If you're enjoying the show, enjoying what you see, give these runners a follow. Their Twitch channel links are in chat, as well as the tracker of today's race, Don't Create Yourself, and if you feel like giving me a follow, that'd be fine too. Alright, we have the Moon Pearl. The glove is still not in logic without a lamp. That's okay, we don't really care. We do want fire at some point, because you need it to defeat Ganon, as well as certain dungeons that we know are crystals. So we found 2 items in the big key. I think you just don't do big key chest here. I think you just leave it forever and then lacocate your ice rod. Yep, it's a 50-50. Take it. Take it. Do it. No, we're going to go check. That's fine. Now that we have that Moon Pearl, we also have a Glove and a Hammer, which honestly just makes routing a little bit smoother potentially, because one of the routes that you might see them consider, they've already done Pod. I think Amarith's also already done Pyramid stuff, so a very reasonable route in her situation once Eastern is complete would be to start at Hype Cave and then work our way over to the Vu area, because normally you would need mitts to access Vu, but you can teleport and find your way into the Village of Outcasts from the south point after you finish the digging game. So, alright, skip it, skip it. Let's go to the back. You'll have fully caught up. Oh man, I didn't even see what was in the big key chest. I just assumed it's crap because it's always crap. So let's see what we're gonna do. Finish this dungeon, and then where do we go? I don't know. What do you think, chat? Where do we go next? Rush Mire, okay. Can do that and then go into Hera, but there's nothing in Hera though, to be fair, so we can just go into Swamp. Oh, it wasn't a map even. That's actually funny. Oh, interesting. Amarith says no to the boss. Okay. That's fine, I guess. I mean, it's a crystal, you need to beat it, but we also just opened up the Dark World and a million other things to do, so. Doesn't have the bow. That, you know, that matters a lot. Thank you. It'd be hard to beat that dungeon without a bow. Not a glitch that's allowed in this rule set, so. Hey, a flute. That actually feels great. I love finding flute in this mode. I'm gonna lie. Okay. So we're kind of seeing, I was thinking earlier, where we're going. We're starting on opposite sides of the Dark World here. I think maybe considering Dip Skull Woods, check the north. What is it called? Pumper Cave. Do a map check, of course. Beat Thieves Town. Get some more dungeons out of the way. Because in the end, we still have to defeat. We have to beat 7 dungeons, as well as climb Ganon's Tower and then defeat Ganon. No, get out of the way, guards. No one wants you here. That fairy is kind of nice, though. Alright, we're doing the classic Skullwoods dip. We have the red cane, so we're allowed to do this check legally. Meanwhile, we are getting a check on Mire over here. Going to do some Mire Shed and learn what medallion we will need. Oh yeah, as well as Checkerboard Cave. Forgot about this one. Alright, it is a vanilla big key in Skullwoods. Cool. Hey, a mirror shield. That's not getting picked up. Basking in its glory, hidden under a cave. Under a rock in a cave. And it's also Quake. Okay, good. So Amarith doesn't have Quake. That's less good. That was on Magic Bat, I want to say. And just $40. Okay. Thank you. Tracker confirming. Beat yourself. That Magic Bat did indeed have Quake. So that is the only medallion we'll need. Unless we need Bombos. There is something to point out that with the mitts, we are able to break into Ice Palace, and Bombos and or the Fire Rod could be locked logically in Ice Palace. There's another clip, the final one that I haven't mentioned yet, that allows you to get into Ice Palace, but not beat the boss, because you need either the Fire Rod or Bombos to beat the boss, but allows you to actually get in and get checks in the dungeon. So incredibly rare that you would have to do that, but it's happened. I've seen it. Hey, a shovel. That's annoying, but also convenient at the same time, because now you can just transition one screen over, check it, and then come back. Or literally never do it. Telling it doesn't exist. Let's see what we choose. We choose transition real quick and check it. That's fair. Probably the smarter play, honestly. But it's fine. Hey, another bow. Yeah, you're definitely getting a really quick teleport. No, just spin. No, it's fine. Quick third bump, downward teleport. Just kidding, we're doing a fourth bump. It's a fourth bump. Teleport? Yeah, it is. This is gonna work? Yes, we're good. I don't think that's what they meant to do. I think they don't realize they accidentally popped up onto a higher bump there, but... Oh, now we're checking Aga. Oh wait, are we not coming to the Dark World this way? Oh yeah, Magic Bat and stuff. Yeah, it ended up working. Like I said, if I'm saying things that seem weird to actual glitch players, it's because I've taught myself most of the stuff I know, and I might do things like in a super weird way that is not normal. So. All right, now we have Quake on Amarith's side. That's good. I don't know if I agree with not taking the portal here. I think if you were going to do it the way that Amarith did, you would also combo Magic Bat with Hammer Pegs, honestly. And there's that bow. Well, the reason I say that is, like, she's basically setting herself up for mirroring and having to take the Kakariko portal either way. And if you do that, you get a really nasty orphan check there with Hammer Pegs. That's in logic, but it's really nasty to get to Hammer Pegs because there's no way to get out of there once you've opened it. You have to save and quit. Well, you don't have to. You can mirror and stuff, but... that's a check that I kind of despise in this mode, honestly. I think if I had this bottle, I would be doing the Smith Chain here, honestly. Just get that crap out of the way. Just get a red goo, do the Smith Chain, be done with it all. Yeah, it does take time though, so maybe that's the wrong play. I don't know. I just don't like that stuff. And there's not much left. Actually, what do we have left? First chest in Hookshot Cave. We have like a couple checks in GT. We still don't have a lamp. There's a sword. We still don't have a lamp, so there's still a lot of stuff that's not in logic for us. Like the glove. There's a cape. Okay. The glove and the mirror are still both not in logic, actually. So, I don't think we saw... I know we saw like a red rupee or something in school, but I don't think we saw anything else, so... Here we go. Check in Thieves' Town. It's a crystal. We gotta beat it. We might as well. Nothing else in the attic. Nothing new to show here. The sword is nice, though. Again, like, this is a mode where sometimes swords are hard to find. They're just, like, all in GT. This MSU, I believe it's Octopath, the first one. So this will be the second crystal completed for someone. Start to gain a slight edge here in terms of just doing stuff that you need to do to finish the game. You know, it's always a comment that you hear people say, like, always be something crystal dungeons. Hey, a hook shot. That's pretty big. Now we can do most of GT without the ability to climb it, which is annoying. What else do we get? Hookshot Cave just became available. And a really, like, without the glove, there's a way to do it. It's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. There we go. That's the setup I'm used to seeing for bumper ledge. So, if you were wondering why I was so confused earlier, I thought it was a mistake. It might have actually been the correct way to do it that someone did. Alright, nice little blind script setup here. Do the bonk dash, the bonk off the wall to get the last hit. To set up the whatever it's called, the Y pixel, to make it easier to not get hit by fireballs. Having already gotten all the items, just finishing the boss for the crystal, as we need to do. So that is the second crystal done for someone325. And Amarith now can do Village of Outcasts, and will be very likely going into Thieves Town as well. Get her hook shot and move on. It's funny in a way that we still haven't seen Brewery here. But I don't know why. Just because the routing, like, the one check that got, like, reverse sandwiched between them. Either way, it's done now. It's fine. There was nothing in it. So with that hook shot, this actually makes getting out of... okay, so we set up a funny auto walk to get into hammer peg area, but with the hook shot, we're actually able to get out of it as well. There's a nice little clip that you can do on the corner of the fence here on the bottom left, so pretty sure we'll be seeing someone do that since they haven't done the South Dark World loop and they need to still. And it's just 300 bucks. Don't even want that at this point. It's just taking up space in your inventory. Oh, this is not that great for Amarith. Gonna do this setup here to clip in, and we'll be able to get that 300 bucks, but won't be able to get out without mirroring and then having to flute and then reset their portal. So let's see. 1 pixel to the right. Oh, no, someone had it, but then moved in a weird way. So 1 pixel to the right. Dash turn. Okay, buffer down left, and then hook shot. There it is. See? He did all the things I said in the order I said them. Perfect. That's true, yeah. This funny auto walk strat to get to pegs is actually something that is very recent. I think it was discovered during the Glitch Mentor tournament this year, if I'm not mistaken. And skipping or Thieves Town rather, so not getting the hook shot right away. The other thing that's nice about that hook shot is we'll be able to go and beat Hera without having to go through Mire and potentially get the small key, which is really what you want to see. You want to get that small key to Hera. Speaking of which, Mire's a pendant. We can get in. Technically, we know we're supposed to. Oh, okay, so Amarith isn't getting the hook shot for Dark Death Mountain either. No, wait, sorry, this is GT. What am I saying? There we go. Hold down right. Pop in. Tap right. Go up. And do tile room, and we'll be able to do bomb jumps and stuff to get to the left side, get all the stuff. So a little bit more cleanup. Bunch of checks we as viewers have already seen. I think what's left here? What like feels good? There's like a lot of TR you can do. I think mirror wrapping TR is actually not a bad play, because then you can just mirror after you get brought back to the entrance. Or not brought back. You start from Laser Bridge, you clear TR backwards, get everything, and then you end up at the front where you can teleport into hammering the portal, and you already have Quake to open it up. So once you go back to beat TR, if you don't find anything in there, then you can open up the front, do the final 2 checks if you still need anything, and then just go mirror wrap to the boss. Or the opposite direction, whichever way you want to do. But basically my point is Dark Death Mountain is starting to have a ton of value here, considering that we haven't done much. Amarith is... Okay, that's the correct pixel. Easy bonks setup there. And that flute from someone's gonna kind of feel bad, but I think it's still actually worth activating at this point. Well, maybe not, because all we have left is like Swamp, Skull. No, we don't even need to do Skull. Ice. And Ice you could just walk to from Link's house. So yeah, maybe it's actually not worth activating that flute anymore. It would really depend on what's left. So let's see if they set up a swim clip here. That was Amarith who did that. That's actually kind of a newer-ish strat too. I don't know how new, but maybe a couple years old, 2 years old. So I don't know what's new anymore and what's old. I'm too new in the glitch scene to really know timeline for anything. Pretty much all this stuff was discovered by the time I started. Alright, so it looks like I'm guessing someone's going to Dark Death Mountain here, because that's the only reason you'd be coming up here. Beat Hera as well, so this will be the... No, just kidding. Is Hera put in? No, it's Crystal. I don't know why you wouldn't beat Hera there, actually. Maybe trying to combo it with Swamp? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't really matter. All the items have been found in Hera, so it's not really that big a deal. Maybe just beat it for GT. No, I don't know. I guess they're just trying to combo it with Swamp. That would make the most sense. Oh, okay. So it's about a year old. That's interesting. So it is pretty new. So we have 2 small keys. I'm pretty sure none of this is in logic. The basement might be, depending on where the other keys were. I don't think we found the big key yet, so that's kind of yikes, because then we're isolating the big chest here. It's been hard to keep track. I've been trying to focus on both things at once, but I missed all of the stuff. Was that just all red 20s in Hookshot Cave? I think it was. Oh, we did find the big key. Okay, that's not too bad. Cool. Perfect. Alright, there's nothing here, so I think a Turtle Rock dip makes the most sense from someone. And then ending that afterwards by going into GT. So it looks like we'll do the first chest in Turtle Rock here. Or not, just kidding, we're going to Catfish. Goodbye forever, Death Mountain. I don't know, there's not much after this though, so I guess this is also super orphaned. Hey, Bombos, now we can go enter Ice Palace, but we don't have, oh yeah, the flippers. Hey, the fire rod! Okay, dude, calm down, game. Calm down. So now GT's full clearable. For someone. Oh, that's right. He never did. Drop the other bomb? Oh, I don't think he dropped 2 bombs. Oh, he did. I'm just not paying attention. So, the Ancil State's messed up because of defeating Armos earlier. Somehow dropping the 2 bombs in the water screwed it up just perfectly enough to allow him to do the splash delete. That was actually hilarious. Well, now we know where everything is. So what's actually left? So we need to go into GT before we finish GT. It's interesting. Spike Cave here is an interesting choice. I think Amarith doesn't have Hookshot, but should go get it. Like, what am I trying to say? Let me collect my thoughts here for a second. Now we know where a lot of stuff is, but all the runners kind of have half of everything the other runner needs. What I mean by that... Alright, we're going into GT here from someone's side. So that's good. We'll be able to full clear GT and knows it. So he'll get his flippers here. If he gets the Ice Rod in here, he'll actually be in go mode, so that's super awkward. Anyway, because we know where everything is, we know where the runners need to go. Amarith just needs to go beat Thieves Town to get the hookshot. Once she does that, and as soon as someone here finishes GT, they'll both be able to beat every single dungeon except for Trinex, which, of course, you need the Ice Rod to beat. So, yeah. Oh, wait, but that's not true, because Amarith also needs to do Catfish, which really depends on her choice for the next step of routing. Catfish is really tough to get to if you don't route it in with Dark Death Mountain. So it worked out really well from someone's routing here. Yeah, so there were 3 keys at the top. So all that stuff that Amarith found is actually also in Logic. I think technically Ice is not in Logic without the mitts, but with the mirror or the flippers, it's pretty easy to get in there. So. Right. So here we are going back to Vu. Gonna go. What are you doing in Vu? Did we not do test? Oh no, sorry. Amarith is in Vu now. Yes, so she'll be cleaning up Vu and beating Thieves Town. So that's good. We'll get the sword. We'll get the hookshot. I think the only kind of worst case scenario would be Ice Palace and Compass Room GT. Did someone do that before going left? I don't think so. I want to say no, but I could be wrong. I actually missed that. I meant to pay attention for that specifically to see what was there. There's that sword for Amarith, and it's kind of funny Magic Bat was supposed to be required on the sea. That cape's actually nice for Ganon if we don't find another sword. It makes the fight a little easier to do quickly, is the way I would put it. There we go, bombos and flippers. And 4th key, in fact. So now we're walking out. I guess we're going to go through the middle door. Unless he skips tile room here. It's very reasonable to do. I think you could still go through the middle door if you found 3 keys and, like, not be punished. Oh, we're mirroring. I don't know why that's funny to me. You could literally just walk up into the room and then go through the middle door and you're right here. Probably pretty close to a wash anyway, and skipping pie room. Okay. So that means realistically we're doing the climb here because we're still looking for the Ice Rod, and the Ice Rod can be on the climb. Which is pretty dumb that happens, but we also did just open up a ton of stuff. Alright, got an idea here. Hey, the mitts, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna do a little prediction. Where is the Ice Rod? So your options are in Pearl Rock. Or not in Pearl Rock. I'll give you about 2 minutes to get your guesses in here. Feel free to gamble your channel points, if you're allowed to, in whatever country you are watching this from. And make your guesses. Where do you think the Ice Rod is? Is it in Turtle Rock? Is it not in Turtle Rock? The odds say not. but the memes say always. So we'll let your heart decide what you think it might be. Alright, you got a guess for Ice Palace. You can type in chat as well if you think there's somewhere you think it, either you want it to show up or you think it's going to show up. Alright, yep, we are doing the climb, makes sense. It's one of those things you have to do anyway. I think if someone figured out recently, people were timing this, that if you are in go mode and you don't need to beat the climb the first time in GT, it's actually faster to beat it last, because getting to Ganon actually takes like a ton of time. We saw Pyramid Fairy actually, and it was not there. Could be on left side swamp. There you go. Ped is an option. Yeah, we don't have a book, so we haven't checked Ped. I'm gonna go with Mire. Because that's a really dumb place. We probably don't even need to go into Mire if it's not there, because we can just steal the key. Although no one set up the key still, which I found interesting. Because they did the front of escape first and the key was in the back. Ooh, the red goo. I think this is the Smith chain from Amarith. I don't know what else it would be, and why you would ever want to buy a red goo, especially when you have to put... Yeah, this has to be Smith chain. Or... Amarith has the hook shot now too, so... What else would this be? I don't know what she's setting up here. She's already did this. I feel like she's like realizing she already did this. Or she might be looking something up. That happens a lot in this tournament where you want to do something and you have to look up what you're trying to do. Or it's a glitch I don't know. That's a very reasonable option as well. I don't know every glitch, because there's a million of them. Oh, there's the ice rod. Oh. You know what? Predictions. I guess we're gonna have to just close this one out. The answer was not in Turtle Rock. Someone325 is now in go mode. This is Hammer Effect. Okay. Well. Oh, did we find the lamp in Premoldor? I must have missed that. Alright, yeah, so right there. That's good. That's the spot. Nope, that was the pixel. Right there. That's the pixel. There it is. Well done. I'll hold up. And hold up left. And just walk to the smith. Because of course, why not? Go to the right. Set up a mirror portal. Oh, go further down. And go below that tree. Ooh, that might be too high. Let's see. Assuming she plans to do purple chest afterwards. But unless this is a sword, there's nothing here that we could ever want. Oh, here, I got another prediction we can do. No, you know what? This one's hard because we might not actually ever see it. Yeah, never mind. Smith today had just 3 bombs. We do have the mitts, which makes ice getting into super easy. Yeah, it's a good question. Are they encouraged to use glitches whenever possible? Really, you use glitches to make routing more efficient. Yep, and there we go. So the portal got messed up there. You need to be further down when you set the portal when you do that, Smith chain. Alright, GT is done. Oops. It's interesting, I think... Oh, Amarith needs to go to Catfish. That's... Yikes. That's just, like, never gonna happen with... Unless they do it after Dark Death Mountain, actually. No, this route will get you to Catfish. Unless you do Turtle Rock. I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. And setting up the flute here. This will make doing Swamp slightly easier. Because of how you have to use Swamp in this mode. But either way, how do you finish this out? Skull's dead. Just go beat Ice real quick. Probably do that first. Probably want to do Swamp as your last dungeon. Oh, and Desert's easier to get back to too. You probably want to do Swamp as your last dungeon. So I think it's just Desert, Hera. No, let's see, Desert, Ice, Turtle Rock, Hera, Swamp. That's the order I would do it. Switch this back. Alright, so just cleaning up, we are getting to see the front of Turtle Rock here. We know that this won't be anything, again, except for maybe a sword. We did find both items in Desert, so this is just the map here on the boss. Getting their third crystal? Yes, because they could have done Hera earlier, but chose not to, which is fine. We'll have to do it now, like at some point. So, you know, whenever you do it, you do it. Okay, so let's pick Turtle Rock. Or no, Hera first, and then Turtle Rock, I think. It's gonna work out okay. Well, let's see. Amarith did DDM, and then is that a save quit? I'm not sure what this is actually. Oh, this is Laser Bridge. Okay, so this is gonna do. I think she pressed up. You're not supposed to press up here. Yeah. Yeah, if you press up, you end up popping yourself backwards out of a position that makes it so you get stuck in the wall there. Alright, quick little hammer strat done for someone. It's kind of funny, you didn't actually need to touch pod this seed. Like, logically, yes, because of the glove, but we still... Yeah, we did find the lamp. So the lamp was... What did the lamp lock? The glove and pod was not lamp locked, it was fire rod locked. And the other glove was on right side. So yeah, both gloves were just fire rod locked. The lamp was just there because something about a rule of fire. I don't know. Oh, we're doing Swamp first. This is fine, but like, no, this doesn't make sense because now you have to go drain the dam. Oh, but you can drain the dam by walking out. Right. Okay, setting up Laser Bridge, and there you go. We are now on Laser Bridge. Small key. Crap. Small key. Hey, there you go. First try. And 2 up slashes and a teleport. 1. There it is. Oh, maybe it's just 1 up slash. I missed it earlier. I don't know. Everyone does a different setup. And we're getting a Specky clip here, but we gotta reset the dungeon state first, so let's go do that. Otherwise, we would be draining that water, so therefore, it's very clear that someone has brushed up on their Specky clips. Everybody get your Specky clip hype in chat! Alright, there we go. All the doors are open. Just need to go and drain the dam. we've really seen anything in TR that we care about. As you kind of expect, the big key still does have to be in the front of Total Rock, so I don't think we saw it in the compass chest. It was like 3 bombs or something. It's really hard to keep track of some of this stuff. Just go cross-eyed watching 2 screens at once. And first chest was a heart piece. That's the question I was going to put as a whatever it's called, prediction. Oh, we're actually checking these chests for swords here. Okay. I was gonna say, is the Swamp Palace small key in the first chest of Swamp Palace? The answer today was no. It was not. Alright. We did see the big key to Total Rock in the first chest. Alright, thank you. Oh, so this is fine. What we saw, well, whatever. Okay, we're just draining it. Basically, when you set up the walk backwards into the bomb, there's our sword. That's going to be nice, but it's not nice enough to give back enough time for Amarith in this race. Basically, when you set up Specky Clip, you walk to the far right, lay the bomb downwards, then you walk to the far left, and you don't have to do this, but it makes it consistent, is you are basically pushing against the wall. Like you're perfectly lined up against the wall on the left side, and you walk backwards from that position into the bomb explosion, and it ensures you're on the correct subpixel or whatever to clip into the wall correctly and do that stuff. There's our Swamp Small. And our Swamp Big. That makes sense. Why not? Nice key ring, yep. Alright, so what we got here, Chain Chomp Room is probably a small key, honestly. It almost has to be, actually. You have the cape. You could use that. I was gonna say. Hey, there you go, a small key. Yes, this is the melee, I'm assuming. Yeah, very unlikely unless there's literally a sword on a boss here that someone is gonna see another sword. Alright, that is the 5th crystal down, it looks like. Just have Ice and Turtle Rock left. So, with the mitts and the fire rod and the bombos and like literally everything makes getting into ice pretty free. Resetting Spooky there. I like that. So we're going back into pods, so we're probably going to go in this primarily to have a way to get to and beat Eastern relatively quickly. But then potentially Amarith is thinking like, I don't have very much left to do. Not realizing the answer is just go back into GT. I guess you can also do Swamp and stuff too, so I don't know. But anyway, point is, if she so chooses after beating Eastern, can then go do the 2 items that are left in pod. Or, it's green pendant, yeah, so 2 items left in pod. 2 and a third, if you want to get technical about it. Because it also is a pendant, which unlocks 1/3 of the pedestal. I actually missed if someone did the Chrono Ice clip there. It's kind of hard. My brain is starting to fry out a bit this far into a race in solo comic. Although I am enjoying this, it's also different to try and be explaining glitches as I see them because I am not a super expert in these, but I do have fun doing them. That was our small key. And our bugnet, fillet, whichever you so choose to call it. So that is the last item. The boss will have a map, I believe, and the green pendant, so... So in the meantime, while we see these runners cleaning things up, someone beating their dungeons, Amarith cleaning up pod here. Again, I wanted to shout out this race that's going on, and the runners, someone325 and Amarith. Go ahead and give them a follow if you would like to see more of them play. They will be... This is actually game 1 of a doubleheader, so the next one, with some amount of break in between, will be immediately after it on this channel as well. Doing the setup for NMG. See, that's why you reset Spooky on this fight. Makes the doubling and tripling of fire rod shots that much easier, but easy peasy, fight's done. I think that was our last item, I'm not 100% sure. But either way, 6 crystals down, have to just beat Turtle Rock, and then we'll have to face Ganon, having already climbed GT for our Go Mode Ice Rod in the climb. Taking helmet down, and someone going to be setting up. I'm not sure. I think most people prefer a mirror wrap setup here. Amarith did the non-mirror wrap version. Just the regular screen wrap. I think most people prefer... Yeah, this looks like the mirror wrap setup. There it is. Or did they both? No, they both did this setup. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying as much attention. They both did the same mirror wrap setup to get here. It's a pretty free setup, one that I actually do not know. So. But still needs to get the big key, which is actually in the first chest, so this is going to kind of suck. But it's fine. We'll full clear this dungeon, and we'll not get the sword of all things in the dungeon that you won't get, because it was in the big chest. So, having pod done, now cleaning up Eastern. That cannot be the big key, but it could be a small key. So someone wants to make sure that they don't accidentally run out of small keys that they might need to finish the dungeon. I think when you're going backwards like this, once you found one small key, I believe that's enough to do everything in the dungeon, except for get to the front. Because that burns a small key to get to the front, but you can, likely you'll find a small key somewhere in the front of Turtle Rock, with a higher probability than in the back. Okay, so big key could be in this vanilla chest. You know, it's not. I think this was 3 bombs? No, it's just a small key. That's fine. Nice little magic refill here. careful. Isn't... Yeah, someone's on red mail, so I don't... Felt like it did more damage than it was supposed to. I don't know. Anyway. Right, there we go. As Amarith finishes up her second crystal, Eastern Palace, someone gets their final big key of the game to be able to beat Totorock and defeat Trinex, where after that, having already climbed Ganon's tower, we'll just have to go and defeat Ganon by dropping in. Hey, a book! That's a place for that. So the green pendant that Helma dropped for defeating Pod led to a book at Sahasrahla. So immediately checking Bomba Sally here, which is a pretty quick check with the flute. You just go and do a quick third bump downward teleport to pop onto the ledge. Or another heart container. Which is kind of funny when you think about it, because someone has 17 heart containers already. So I've found most of the hearts, most of the health, most of everything, except the final sword. So Trinex will be kind of the last place we might see a sword, which would mean that two swords were in Totorock, which is kind of funny. Doesn't seem likely though, honestly. Okay. Okay, looks like Amarith is going... Oh, got yeeted. Crap, that's super annoying. Oh, you know why? Because they did the... whatever, the 5-frame movement into the corner instead of directly walking or something. I don't know the details, but depending on the number of frames you move into that corner, you get yeeted or not. But I think they're just trying to get to Hera, which, yes, that looks like that's the case. Alright, that is all 7 crystals done for someone. Has to flute over to probably the 5 portal spot. Just kidding. Going to get some potions. Some potion? No, they have 2 bottles. No empty bottles. I think there's a fairy in the last one. I forget. That's right. So now Amarith will be doing Hera. We'll be doing Swamp afterwards. There we go. Nice hook speed Hera pot there. Okay, fluting to 4. Be a way to make this faster? I really don't know. I think someone timed this recently in the Glitch Discord and found that, for consistency's sake, that fluting to 5 is the fastest way to get to Ganon in a consistent way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's other ways to do it using glitches that, like, as long as you can do the glitches first try, it's much faster. Well, it's seconds faster. It's like a second or 2 faster. Alright, and that is the 3rd crystal done for Amarith, having now defeated Hera. And being up in that area, will likely go and do Swamp Palace next. Just has to climb to get the Hera Big Key. Or not. Going to check Ether. Yep, okay, that makes sense. Using that book that they found. Okay, yeah, so we're getting some good information here from Chex Human that fluting to 5 is actually 4 seconds than fluting to 4 here. Just a decent amount of time, really. Good semantics. Alright, so we don't have the mitt still. This be going here for Amarith. I'm going to take the Kakariko portal. Meanwhile, getting into phase 4 again in here on someone's side. And it gets a torch glitch. Don't really want that actually with Master Sword, but it's fine. Maybe we'll get it. Yeah. Oh, we can get a double here. Oh, we're not going to though. That's fine also. And that'll do it. 4 silver arrows into Ganon, and Ganon is defeated. Get your GGs in chat for someone325. We'll be crossing the finish line with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 40 seconds. Oh, this is interesting. So, Amarith is actually going into Mire here. This is the way you're logically supposed to do this. Using Harapot is not actually a logical thing. But luckily, the big key and the small key were both available in order to get into Swamp Palace. Otherwise, you'd either have to steal the key or steal one from Hera and do the cutscene, which all of that takes time. And the whole point of racing this game is to go fast and beat it as fast as you possibly can. Your uncle and his sack is what the game just said to us about the magic powder that he was holding. Block stick for sale. That's right, Zora had some Mario today. And meanwhile, Amarith traversing through Mire, about to open their first chest. And today, the bridge chest has a small key. That's nice. Now we know we can get to ice. I mean, ice swamp. And by no we can, I mean easier, because now we have an extra small key to do so. And it looks like we are joined today by the winner of Game 1 of this doubleheader, someone325. Hello, GG's.
GG's.
How did you feel about the seed overall?
I think it was pretty good. I haven't done too many, so I don't know how I feel, but I was kind of worried Moon Pearl was like somewhere in Dark World, and I didn't want to deal with that, but we found it.
Yeah, with that mirror. But then again, once you found the lamp, found out, hey, it couldn't have been. That was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, sub 130 is always, you know, good for these modes. I think just in general, it just feels good to have a nice, clean time.
Yeah, definitely. These can run pretty long if you can't find anything.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't want to say it's like more punishing because I don't believe that's true, but sometimes it feels that way when you miss like something that's super major and it's the only thing you're supposed to find, and then you just full clear the whole game and then have to go back for it or whatever. So right. That's right. Amarith never found the fire rod, and the fire rod led to the lamp. So
yeah, fire rod was in Catfish, right?
That's right. Yeah. And yep, Amarith has now officially forfeited the seed, and without the fire source, can't actually go and beat Swamp. So that's a very important thing to point out, is that Swamp Palace is fully fire locked in this mode, or in this seed. I didn't even think about that.
Unless you go through Hera like I did.
Well, even then, logically, you're supposed to get to the top of Hera through Mire.
Who needs logic, though?
Yeah. Cool. So I'm not sure if Amarith will join us for this one. I think you guys have your next game to get set up for.
Right.
But if you want to chat a bit about the seed, feel free. Let me know let us know your thoughts or anything.
Yeah, I basically did Dark World and then full clear GT, and then that was Go mode somehow.
Yeah, very dungeon heavy, wasn't it? Besides the fire rod, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of clips you have to keep in mind, and then one that I wanted to keep in mind was from like Death Mountain to Zora area. I think I did that twice this race, and I guess it paid off.
Yep, that's true. Did you? I kind of missed it. Did you do the ice clip?
That's like from Ice to Eastern? No.
Just going from the first chest, the first room in ice to the
Oh, that
drop-down room?
one? I didn't do that one.
Okay.
Usually, I think is that slower if you have to check the penguin room.
No. If you have to check it, yeah, I think it might be because if you don't, like in a go mode situation, the switch is already hit, so you can just rush through the dungeon and use icebreaker, and you're done.
Yeah. Oh, that one's a bit finicky. So, and then you have to get that. I'll probably do it next race if I can.
Nice. Cool. I think, if there's nothing else before the next race, I'll let you go get set up for that.
All right.
And
Well,
I
thanks for
don't
having
know if
us.
we have any other so I might jump on for that one too. We'll see how my voice is feeling.
All right. Well, either way, see you then or see you later.
Yep. Sounds good. Good luck, and good luck to Amarith as well.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. We're getting confirmation that one of the organizers, admins of the tournament, Super Malmo World, signed up to comp. So I will see if no one else joins in. Maybe I'll jump on and hang out. But yeah, for now, I think that's all we've got. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here in about 20 minutes for Game 2. Thanks, everyone. And once again, thanks to DFS for tracking. Shout out.